we're all rejoicing. You're supposed to say, yeah, me too.
Whoop, whoop.
Can you hear me okay?
Are we ready?
Are we ready?
Are you right there?
My name is Etta Lopresti. I'm the Indian River County Emergency Management Coordinator. It is with great pleasure today that I tell you that Indian River County was spared great catastrophic damage because just as of yesterday, we were faced with a dangerous, powerful Category 4 Hurricane Matthew. Excuse me. Let me give you an update on the current weather situations. Current watches and warnings. A hurricane warning has been changed to a tropical storm warning. A flood watch remains in effect through Friday. The current conditions. Winds are going to subside to below tropical storm, and we will have some gusts, so we urge caution with that. We will have lingering moisture, localized flooding, lines of thunderstorms throughout the evening. I have some statistics on the peak weather conditions that we experienced here in Indian River County. This data was received from the National Weather Service and is preliminary, but the wind speeds we experienced were sustained tropical storm force winds of 45 to 55 miles per hour with gusts of 65 to 70 and an unconfirmed gust of 74 miles per hour. Rainfall east of I-95 was 3 to 4 inches, west of I-95 1 to 2 inches. Seas that was very powerful. The waves offshore were measured at 35 to 40 feet. Breaking waves inshore 15 to 20 feet, and we are awaiting to hear news of beach erosion. I do want to urge you to call our public information line for Indian River County residents. It's 226-4000 to please call our operators and report any damages, or if you have any questions or concerns, we're there to help you. One of the things I'd like to talk to you about is generator safety, because there are over 30,000 residents in Indian River County who are without power. Crews are working to restore your power as soon as possible. The misuse of a portable generator can kill you. It's important that you observe safety measures to save your life. Carbon monoxide is an odorless, colorless gas caused by exhaust fumes. They can be deadly. Be sure to place your generator outdoors in a well-ventilated, dry area away from air intakes into the home. Connecting a portable electric generator directly to your household wiring can be deadly. A generator that is directly connected to your home's wiring can backfeed into the power lines connected into your home. Utility transformers can then increase this lower electrical voltage to thousands of volts, and that's more than enough to kill a utility lineman making outage repairs many miles away. You could also cause expensive damage to utility equipment, your home appliances, and your generator. If a generator is plugged into your home's electrical circuits, it can still backfeed into the utility company lines, which can injure or kill utility workers working on the down power lines. The correct way to use a generator is to connect a heavy-duty, outdoor rated power cord to your generator. Appliances can then be connected to the power cord as long as they are in the wattage range that the generator can supply. Make sure that the outdoor power cord has a sufficient wire range to handle the electrical load. Don't overload your generator. Make sure your generator is properly grounded to avoid electrical shocks. Do not store your gasoline for the generator indoors. Thank you very much and be safe.
I'm Eric Flowers, Lieutenant of Public Affairs for the Indian River County Sheriff's Office. I'm very happy to be here reporting to you that the majority of what we're seeing out there is debris in the roadway and down power lines. I've been putting out photos for the last couple hours. You've seen those photos as they're coming across, and you're noticing that it's not a lot of home damage. It's not a lot of, there are some flooded areas, but they're very minor, and they're subsiding as we speak. I can tell you that on the beach side at A1A, Smuggler's Cove does have standing water in that area. We did have to take a SUV to access that area, but that's one of the very few places that we actually had to use a high water vehicle to access. Our courthouse did sustain minor water damage on the second and third floors, and the power is out at our county courthouse. But we're also proud to tell you that in the county with the utilities and in the city of Vero Beach, there is no boil water notice. The utilities were not compromised. Sewer system is working well in the county area, and things are going very well in that section. We do want to tell you that 911 is being inundated with calls. Our dispatch center is being inundated with calls about road closures. That is not the appropriate place to call. We need you to continue calling 772-226-4000 if you have questions about road closures. I'll let County Administrator Jason Brown speak next. Go ahead.
Thank you, Eric. I'm County Administrator Jason Brown. I would like to announce that effective 9/30, we will be opening the bridges to the barrier islands. It is safe to travel to the barrier islands. With that said, we do encourage folks to stay close to home. This is not a time to go out and ride around town. Take care of your affairs at your home. Please be safe. I would like to also thank our emergency management staff and all the folks here that have been doing a great job to keep us safe. I'd like to thank the residents out there for following our recommendations. We've stayed safe out there. Just want to make sure that going forward you stay safe. Heed those warnings that Ed Lopresti told you about regarding the generators. Be careful with that. Be careful if you're getting out there and doing your yard work after the storm. We were safe through the storm. Let's make sure we stay safe after the storm. I want to thank everyone and make sure that also we have some railroad crossings that are out. Proceed carefully there. Stop before you go. We have many intersections that don't have power. Treat those all as a four-way stop. And we dodged a bullet here, and we're very thankful for that. Let's just make sure that we stay safe going forward. Make smart choices going forward. Thank you.
Having said that, obviously, this is essentially the all clear. We're saying that the bridges are open. There aren't businesses open out there right now. They're starting to get going. There are places that have power, but please, folks, use caution. Be smart out there. We do have patrol out there. There are still down power lines. There are still trees in the roadway. We're working at those. Road and Bridge is out on scene right now, clearing most of those up. And as the morning continues to progress, most of those will be taken care of. But if people do choose to go out, please use caution. Be careful. This is going to be our last press conference here at 9:30 this morning. We will continue to update you through the EOC, but after this we will begin discussions about sort of downscaling what's happening here at the EOC and how we're going to transition now into the cleanup phase and to progress back into normal life here in Indian River County. We're very happy with how everything went, and we'll be glad to continue to answer your questions, but you are going to see some portions of this sort of start to scale back down now that we realize the damage is not what we had originally anticipated, and we're very happy to report that things are good and getting better every minute.
Es un placer anunciar que el condado de Indian River no tuvo grandes daños durante esta tormenta. Por el momento tenemos solamente vientos de 20 millas por hora y estos están pasando. Tenemos inundaciones localizadas alrededor del condado, así que tengan mucho cuidado manejando. Y podemos tener un riesgo de tormentas eléctricas pequeño. Los puentes van a estar abiertos a las 9:30 de la mañana. Y para cualquier tipo de información, favor de llamar al 772-226-4000. Estamos teniendo llamadas al 911 para saber cuándo las carreteras van a estar abiertas. Estas llamadas deben ser hechas al 772-226-4000. Le pedimos que por favor no manejen si no es necesario. Y por el momento no tenemos ningún tipo de aviso para hervir el agua. Eso sería todo. Gracias.
Any questions?
Is the Red Cross being used in any capacity?
Red Cross is manning the shelters, and they are still on scene here at the EOC, and they will continue to operate in that capacity.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's going to be our great effort today, if we get the power back up to most of the county, to discharge everybody that's in a public shelter, and also the folks that are in a special needs shelter, to get them back to their homes. And that's a big push for us today, is to get them home safely.
Do you have any power outages figures recently for FPL in the city of Vero Beach?
They remain the same as what we gave you before. It's about 50,000 residents in Indian River County. It's about a third of our population.
What about county employees, city employees? Do you know when are they going back to work tomorrow?
Our county employees, our essential folks are out there on the job today. Our non-essential folks will be coming back to help out with efforts as they're available per assignment from their supervisors, and we are making a determination on who we need to report to work tomorrow. So please call in the number 226-4310 about reporting to work tomorrow for county employees.
And the damage to the courthouse, you said, was on the second and third floors?
Minor water damage.
Minor
Very
water
minor
damage.
water damage, yes ma'am.
Okay, have you been into any of those, like, mobile home manufactured home parks, not any?
Yeah, there's a couple photos that we've sent out, one or two houses that have some roof, some structural damage. Those were all houses that were evacuated. We knew that going into it. We went out there and cleared them again to make sure that nobody did stay behind. There's been no reported injuries as a result of this. And of course, we'll assist those folks as they're ready to get back into their homes. We know some of these folks are going to be returning today, and we'll be there to make sure everybody's safe.
And on the island, you said you guys are still assessing the beach erosion right now?
Yeah, the beach erosion is going to be assessed for the next couple of days. That's going to take some time for them to do that. But as far as structurally, the beach continues to be in good shape. I sent out that picture of the Ocean Grill. That was one people were asking for. Did the Ocean Grill make it? That shows you that the storm surge really didn't reach what we thought it was going to. So it's very positive so far. Reports back are very positive.
Do you have any information about schools reopening or when that may be?
Is it going to be Monday? Yeah, Monday would be back to school. I would imagine most everybody's going to be back by
In
Monday.
government offices,
Government offices.
business as usual.
I think you're going to start to see things, everybody back to work by Monday.
Anything about curfews, alcohol ban?
Those will be discussed later this afternoon. We're hoping that the power will continue to go back on for people as those crews are able to hit the road, and as those numbers of people who gain their power back throughout today and tomorrow gets better. Hopefully we won't have to do that, but that's still under consideration, and those decisions will be made later this afternoon.
What about the condition at Vero Beach Regional Airport? Is that open for flights to return?
I believe it's still closed,
Think so.
but they're doing their assessments over there now, and you would have to check with Jim O'Connor with the city. He'd be able to give you the most up-to-date on that.
For our readers and listeners that aren't used to dealing with hurricanes, I mean, we were preparing for the worst.
Absolutely.
And obviously we didn't get as bad as we thought we were going to. What attributed to that? Did it just skirt north? What happened to the track?
Yeah, it appears that the hurricane stayed off the coast to the east, and also the fact that as it was approaching us, the eye wall sort of seemed to dissolve. It was a much tighter eye wall as it was coming up towards us, but once it actually made landfall to the edge, the eye wall separated into two pieces, and when it did that, the storm itself wasn't quite as secure, wasn't as strong, and so we were able to feel less winds than we normally would have. Anybody else want to comment? I'm not a meteorologist. Yeah, that's all the reports that we've seen is that as it was coming up and it made that initial landfall, the eye wall sort of fell apart, and the storm just didn't have the strength that we were expecting.
Are there any specific railroad crossings that are closed or
Yes,
any
no,
streets that are closed?
I would say that many of the crossings have been damaged. Some are totally broken off. And they're a breakaway type device, and in the high wind, it's an expectation that those things probably would be breaking in the kind of winds that we had. And that's why we encourage people to use all the safety precautions that you would use as you approach those unlighted intersections and any type of crossing that would be over the railroad tracks.
Was there any damage to the patio?
I think there's some pictures available.
I know, I saw Ocean Grill, but I don't think I saw the
I've
patio.
not seen any of the patio.
I haven't.
I've not heard of any reports in the downtown Vero area. Some folks were asking about the Chamber of Commerce in that area. I've not heard any reports of damage in the downtown area.
And their report about still no reported injuries related to the storm?
No, everything is good out there. Even, we had a total of 3 people who reported that a tree fell on their roof. And all of those folks, no injuries, no fire hazards. Only one of those trees, to my knowledge, actually breached into the house. And those folks appear to be okay. Everything seems okay.
And one more time, that over on the island, Smuggler's Cove, it's still flooded. Do you know what kind of damage, or is there structural damage based on the flooding?
There's a photo actually that I sent out, and it's more the entrance to Smuggler's Cove. It's just you need a high water vehicle to get in there. It's not that there's any particular damage to the homes or anything like that. It's just that there's flooding in the entrance over there. All right. You'll get an email after this briefing that sort of gives you further information where you're going to be calling if you have more questions as the day proceeds. But essentially, we're breaking down the press room, and this will be the last press conference. So thank you all for being patient with us, for staying here with us. We appreciate all of you. And thank you for sharing all those photos and getting that information out to your listeners and folks watching on TV at home. Thank you.